Sami Hamdi, he's the editor-in-chief of the National Interest, and he joins me now live from London. So you see what's happened there with the MPs, Sami. Can Kais Saied actually continue to rule by decree, or do these parliamentarians, these MPs, have pressure and enough power to stop that? I mean, they're trying.
The protest that took place last Sunday, the thousands of people who took to Tunis demonstrated that Kais Saied does not speak on behalf of all the people and that there is still some support for the restoration of parliament. And these MPs believe that those people who protested on Sunday would have established some sort of momentum that would have allowed them to just walk into parliament and essentially declare that the coup is over and that the coup does not apply. And Kais Saied, and yesterday during the day, we saw the withdrawal of the tank that was sitting in front of the parliament, which sort of raised question marks as to what Kais Saied had actually planned. But very soon we saw the security descending on parliament and essentially trying to stop the MPs from entering parliament, because Saied knows how symbolic it would be if a parliamentary session were to take place with 109 MPs. 109 is the key number because that is what constitutes a majority of parliament. And now with regards to these MPs, the reality is that without those thousands of protesters, they are scared of going into the parliament block because Saied has lifted the immunity of members of parliament and put some of them before military courts. But the direct answer to your question is this. The reason why there is so much hesitancy is that Kais Saied can continue to rule by presidential decree because until now it is unclear to what extent he enjoys popular support. Remember, people dislike the parliament. Many people don't want to see the return of the parliament, even if they are anti-Kais Saied or anti-coup, because they believe the parliament represents the 10 years of failure. But more important than that is that even the international pressure that is being applied on Kais Saied, calling for the resumption of parliamentary activities, indicates that it's willing to accept the emergency period and some of the emergency rule that Kais Saied has implemented. So Kais Saied believes there is room to establish his rule by decree, while the MPs believe that without the popular support, without thousands of Tunisians descending on parliament, which is very difficult to do, it is very difficult for them to enter the parliament, and Kais Saied will absolutely do his best to refrain parliament from entering. Of course, there's a suggestion that they will meet online, they will hold the parliamentary session online, and then the crux of the issue will be how the army reacts. Does the army recognize the legitimacy of the parliament or the legitimacy of Kais Saied? Does it abide by the parliament and overthrow the coup, or does it abide by Kais Saied and ensure that the MPs do not enter parliament? And herein lies a very important dynamic. These are just speculation at this moment in time, but there was an AFRICOM meeting between the senior US generals and the military generals in Tunisia. And these generals did not meet Kais Saied. And the suggestion is that after this meeting, then we saw the army withdraw from parliament, which is leading many people to suggest perhaps the army is trying to take a distance from what is unfolding, to watch and see what happens, as opposed to be seen overtly in support of Kais Saied.
Sami, thank you so much for pointing out what could happen next there. And yeah, we appreciate your analysis so much. Sami Hamdi, thank you.